Hey, streamers. You've made the world laugh, cry, cheer as one. Most importantly, you've made the world watch. For that, we want to thank you. Today, we honor the ones who put in the work for the love of the game.
Cutting the feed in 5.
You casted aside your individualistic dreams and came together as one voice.
4.
We need more time.
It has to be now. Get ready.
You trained them to mash that subscription button and to come back for more. Always more.
2.
They try to be you. They envy what you have.
1.
And to celebrate, we're releasing a limited time edition skin of what?
You don't know me, and I can't see you, but whoever you are, you need to hear this. This started off beautiful. We built something great, something that brought us together, a place to call home, to talk, to learn, to play, any respite from the world and its unforgiving storms. And then they came.
My face on the screen now!
They came with their plans, with their greed, with their hope. They told us that we were great, and they were right. They told us that we were worth something, and they were right. We are worth something. And it's that same big, beautiful truth that they used against us. They didn't inspire some huge cover-up, some grand conspiracy. They just simply whittled away at who we used to be. So I say it ends today. Boost this signal and then log off, shut down, touch grass. Don't forget that we did this before. We did this before, not them. We can build it again. Build it better. With autonomy, with creative freedom, with fair compensation. We choose where we put our time, where we put our love. The rebellion has a new name.
Moonbeam.
Moonbeam.
A future where we forge our own path at our own pace, where we compensate ourselves fairly and protect each other from hate. They thought those things wouldn't matter, but they do. And we'll do it without them. Together. Today. Spread the word. From here, how far we go, who escapes with us, we control that outcome. It's up to us now. For the love of the game.
Yo, yo, what up, everybody?
Hey, how's it going?
It's going well. What's up, Pat? Joanne, how are you?
Good. Happy Monday.
Well, I don't know if it's Happy Monday, but I guess it is Monday. Let's see here. Get some music going. Some chill stuff.
Oh, there we go. Here we go.
There we go. What's up?
What up?
How's it
Here.
going?
Put the ticker on the bottom. Boom.
Ooh,
Welcome, everybody.
crazy.
Yeah, welcome. We got folks over on Moonbeam. Silent Brad, what's up? No Skills. I see Cloud Surfer over there. I see, who else do we got over there? We got Big Funny Giant. What's up, everybody? We got folks on Twitch. We got folks on X. We got folks on Moonbeam. We're everywhere. We're global.
That's wild.
That's how we do it. Yeah. So let's start off with just some chill talk for a second. You know, y'all have been working really hard. What's something fun? And chat, what's something fun that y'all been up to? We'll start here with Pat and Joanne, but
What is it? I've been getting back into Spyro. Do you remember that game?
the little dragon.
Yeah, the little dragon that
Oh,
runs around. He's
like
adorable.
Dang.
Yeah. They made like a I don't know if they had 3 games or something kind of like throughout that franchise, but they made a pack for the Xbox. And I like was going so slow through it. I was like trying to get every gem and get every talisman. And it got significantly more fun when I was like, nope, just get to the talisman, just like end this like level and move on to the next one. I've like completely like nearly finished the game in like an afternoon now, just like trying to speed run this
Wow.
and not being like 100% completionist. So That's been nice. That's a fun game.
Nice. Joanne, how about you?
I've been playing a lot of League of Legends Wild Rift. Not a fan of the latest patch. I think the community doesn't like it either. I think they've like nerfed some items, but also gave some items some weird buffs that games end in 5 minutes now. Like, trying to fall in love with this patch. Trying very hard. Not getting there yet.
Nice. I like how we're all playing different games. The game du jour for me is Mechabellum. It's like this game where you have mechs and you just build them, and then you fight someone else, and they just go and fight each other, and you gotta like keep doing it over and over until you beat the other person. It's pretty cool. It's an auto battler or auto chess kind of game. For those of you familiar with that,
Oh, that's amazing.
yeah.
I don't think I've played that or like seen gameplay of it even.
Yeah, it's a pretty like niche game, but it's a lot of fun. It's like you could just I'm gonna put this big huge mech, but then these little mechs could kill it. Oh, the guy countered me. Oh man, yeah, it's really fun. It's really fun show.
I've been there's a game, and I've told people about this because this is a game I've always wanted to build. So I don't know game development at all. Completely useless there. I've tried it, and I made like this little level where like you could run around and like use a wand to like explode crates and things. Like it's very like hello world of game development. But I always wanted to do game development, and the game I wanted to do was a VR game where you could cast spells in virtual reality, like, and it would use like the motion, and then you could also speak the spell. You could like name it yourself, and then duel other people. Because I just think it'd be so fun. And on Instagram, it was recommended to me. There is a game like this out there called War of Wizards or Wizards War or something like that.
Yeah.
And truly, between coding, it's the only game I've been able to think about. I'm like desperate to. I might go buy a Quest 3 for this
VR
thing
headset.
because I really want to try it.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Also niche game. Very.
With the VR set, it's a VR game you play.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. So
go
you
with
like
people?
fully wear it, and you just draw the spells. It's kind of like a tower defense game. But like how quickly you draw the spell matters, how accurately you draw it, and like the world matters. So it could be super fun.
we had
A game where I get to be a wizard in real life. Sign me up, man.
That's what I'm saying. It would be so much fun.
yeah.
It'll be like, goodbye world. I'm gonna be in that world now.
Yeah. Yeah.
My husband will never see me ever again.
we got some more folks. I want to shout out a Wolf with this Anomaly. We got Ronan C joining us. So thanks to everybody for joining us for the town hall. Some of you it's your first. I want to riff a little bit on this game idea though. So humor me for a second, because I do game development, but on tabletop side. But all right, Pat. So it's not VR, right? It's
Okay,
like
yeah.
Pokemon Go. It's on your phone.
Oh,
And
it's
you
like
go in,
augmented reality.
because then you go on the
Okay.
street, and if
Yeah.
I have this game on my phone, and you have it too, it's gonna send me a notification like Pat's like 50 meters from me. He has this thing, and I'm gonna pull out my phone and do the spell like wand thing with the phone, and we're gonna fight right there, right now on the street.
Oh, that
That's
would
it.
actually
Like,
be crazy.
You got to do the movements with your phone, because then the geo kind of like movement detector, whatever, will detect the actual movements with your phone, and
I
then it
would
goes
play it.
off. Yeah,
I
there you
would
go, Joanne.
absolutely
Come
play
on.
it.
You can imagine that in Super Mario. You're like an Owl 13, and you're just having the most badass wizard duel of your life right there. It's crazy.
Just in the
going
grocery
down.
store.
It's going down.
That would be iconic. Honestly, so based on the clips I've seen of this game, the voice chat is unhinged. I mean, it's truly like it is next level. Like, oh my god, I can't even. So if that were in person, if it were like that voice chat but in person, I think it would be bad. I mean, violence would happen.
Oh no.
Truly.
I feel like this sounds really fun, but also I might accidentally throw my phone in the river while like to cast a spell. And, oops!
Oh, my
Abracadabra. Oh no.
God.
fully a mile away. That'd be amazing.
Yeah, I love it. Well, this is great. Let's see here. Let's chat about some Moonbeam magic that's been happening with Pat the Wizard and the team of engineers. And Joanne, you've been doing a lot of product design and development with Jark and helping lead the team in that effort. So we had a big update drop. What was it? The 20th, which was yesterday. For those of you who are coming to Moonbeam now, you may see a lot of different changes. So let's chat about those. Pat, Joanne, what do you all want to talk about? I'm going to kind of preface it. We have the homepage, we have the shop, we have the avatar stuff. So where do we want to start? We got a lot of goodies to talk about.
Goodness. There are so many. Honestly, this was such a big release. I almost need to pull up the change log just to like see the bullet points. I might do that real quick.
And I'm gonna put it in chat
Yeah,
too.
also, where do we even begin? There's so many that we
I
launched.
know there really are. Joanne, do you have a favorite feature that we like shipped in the Aphelion release?
I really love the avatar flares that we launched. I feel like it's one of the many ways that you could express your identity on the platform. Obviously, all the flares that you see now are free. So if you don't know about it yet, run to the shop, scroll down, and look for flares, claim them, and then go to your profile and put them on. My favorite that I have on right now is the space suit. So it looks like I'm in an astronaut suit. This is the closest I'll ever get to being an astronaut, by the way. So like, yeah, I'm excited I'm excited that we will be able to introduce even more flares to the shop soon. But what you're seeing right now is just the beginning.
I fully agree. I think those are also my favorite.
I like seeing there's some folks. Yeah, I see everybody here with the spacesuit kind of flare on. That's really cool.
So sick.
See, yeah, this is, and why are we? I know you said, Joanne, you're looking at like people expressing themselves. Like, what do you envision as this kind of grows forward for this?
Yeah, I see us being able to introduce a bunch of other flares that helps represent who you are, your communities that you're part of, and eventually there may be a world where we would also open up for realm owners and realms to be able to have realm-specific avatars. Right, so imagine if you're like a cozy gamer and you're all about cottage core stuff, we could open up a world where you could upload your own avatar flares to be sold at a shop, for example, and anyone in your community could buy it or put it on if they like.
I love it. I see. Yeah, Wolf was asking that in chat. So Wolf, there you go.
Yeah, there we go.
Realm specific. Hey, no skills in space. There we go. Yeah, Sonic in space. I think that's really cool. It's just like this is us doing very early testing on how people use them, and then where else we can go from here. Realm specific. The sky's the limit, right? Like maybe realms could, have artists that work with them and make flares and all that stuff. And there's just there's a lot of different directions to go here. So I think that's really fun and exciting to consider,
100%. Yeah, I think that was a huge change too, because it was like everywhere that we had profile images, now you get this flare that shows up. And making that work across like posts and VODs and clips and like in chat and comments and all this sort of stuff. That was such a big change, and it's so exciting to see. It's like really awesome. As soon as Shark shared the get ready for launch flare, I was like, oh, let's go. That's gonna be huge.
Some behind the scenes I think that folks would like. For everybody out there, when Pat says something like, oh yeah, it was hard to change the profile, stuff everywhere, he means it. So like Joanne and I and others on the team, Pat's like, okay, I got the flares ready to go. And so we go into this, like, I don't know, a version of Moonbeam that's not publicly accessible. It's a developmental one, I guess. And we put the flares on our profile, and then he's like, all right, Joanne and Anthony, everybody go everywhere on the site. And we're going to like posts and comments and profiles and
moderation queue.
And we're like, it's not here, it's not there. And Pat's like, oh no. It's like, there's so many places. And it's interesting to like see behind the scenes of like what engineering development work really entails. And it's like, for the layman like me, it's like, oh yeah, flares, easy to do. And then to see like, no, it's like very complex beyond that.
Yeah, there were so many. I walked away from that with like a Google Doc of 20 items of like, we need to do that. And yeah, it was like, there are just so many places. And fortunately, honestly, that like the way we implemented it makes it so much easier to introduce things like that in the future. So it's like a really nice win when it can be a ton of work, but it can also set you up so well. for success in the future. So that was it was definitely worth it. They're super cool. I see No Skills says I think flares are way cooler than badges, and that's amazing to see. So yeah, we're excited. And also, yeah, maybe we dive into that because it is kind of interesting behind the scenes stuff. So we're a startup. We're trying to move really fast. We're trying to get a lot done. You all have seen the platform. You all are on the platform. There's a lot we're trying to do, right? And we're trying to do it all like yesterday, if not the day before then. And so you have to move super, super fast. But at the same time, like people are getting tipped and subscribed on this platform. And so like we don't want to ship anything that like endangers that or that like crashes the site. And so at the same time that we want to move really, really fast, we also have to like really, really focus on stability and shipping a product that's very good. So one of the changes we made, and it's just interesting if you like looking behind the curtain, it is that like whenever we're about to ship something, instead of just having like somebody else look through the code, we try to get the whole team together on a call and just click around on the site and try to break it. We try to find all of the bug reports that you all have graciously submitted, but preemptively, so that we can actually like ship a really, really solid product. And I think that's gone really well, in my opinion. I don't know what you all think, but it's been so helpful, at least on the engineering side, just writing the code to like see it in action.
Yes. Yeah, I think it's been very helpful, Joanna. I don't know. For me, it's been able to just mess around, find all the bugs before they are bugs found post-release, and just get them all squashed. Yeah. And then when we release, it's smooth sailing or a lot smoother.
Yeah, absolutely. It's one of my joys to be able to find things before I make it to users. It's like, oh yes, we caught this. This is not going to annoy a user then. It's not going to annoy you guys, right? So that's been pretty fun.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Well, let's see. So as we continue here, chat, now's your time to kind of think about any questions you want to ask us. I'm going to talk about a few things with the team here. There's going to be the roles that we've kind of updated that function, the homepage. I'm also going to talk about a partnership that we have rolling out probably starting tomorrow that you all can look forward to. So let's start with the roles in the server stuff or in the realms, that we have. What do you think about? What was the reason for that change, and where do we think that's going?
Joanne, you want to take that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think one of the key things that we recognize in communities is that different members hold different roles in the community. Like it may be something more technical, like you can moderate, you can stream, but some communities may want to say, hey, these are the people you go to if you have questions, or these are the people you go to if you want to get the joke of the day. I don't know, example, right? And one easy way for us to help community members showcase that is through colors, right? So as a realm owner, what you can do now is you can go into your realm, you can go to settings, and you can say, hey, streamers in my community will have their username in this color. Or you could also go on to say like, hey, I'm gonna create a role called astronauts, right? And all people who are in this astronaut role, it's like a vanity role, so to speak. But anyone who's an astronaut will have the color blue, for example. So like you can set this up. And the way that we built it is that the username color will persist within the realm itself. So it could be that I'm in Pet's realm and I have a streamer role and my color is blue, but when I go to Anthony's realm, I am a Joker and Joker's color is red. So when I'm chatting or commenting in Pet's realm, my color is blue, but when I go to Anthony's, my color is red.
Yep, I like it. It's just easier to like also know at a glance who's who kind of in a realm in a community. Oh, this color means that moderator, boom. Yep. This color means just regular member. So it's a really good way to just build that community, kind of tailor it to their needs, and have some kind of like identification. People could easily know what's what in a certain community.
And what's cool about that too is like, because it is, it's very familiar in like the Discord workflow of like, oh, you have like these kind of roles and like they have colors associated with them. The interesting thing about like us is like we also have posts and comments and all these other places where usernames show up. And so it's kind of an interesting design challenge of like keeping that context of like the role and the color associated with that role, but kind of on every surface of the app. And then like, when does it make sense to not have the role? Like if a post is on the homepage, that color just kind of doesn't mean anything at the platform level. It only means something kind of within a realm. And so defaulting to that color not being shown with the username. It's like an interesting, it's just an interesting challenge. But I think it was well done, and I'm super proud of that feature. Yeah. And with that, the member list got an upgrade too. So now on the member list, you can see kind of the roles sorted by priority. So now people can kind of set what color gets assigned to what role, and also like what role should show up first. Maybe the moderators would go up there. So yeah, just a kind of a rework of that system.
Let's see. We have let's do homepage. Then we have a question we'll go to, or a comment. But homepage. What, Pat, Joanne? What's going on with the homepage? I saw it looks a little different in the last 24 hours. Pretty cool seeing the overlays there. But yeah, I want to pass it over to you and let us know a little bit about what that's doing and where we're going from here with that.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing we wanted to do with the homepage stuff that has been seen so far,
more to come,
people in suspense, yes, is make it really easy to understand what realm a stream is in, who is streaming, and then also the chat to like show the activity kind of in a stream. Previously, the design that we kind of settled on, it didn't really showcase, or at least the implementation didn't showcase the chat. So we wanted to have it much more kind of contained, much more kind of like, no, this is the content, here's the chat, here's like the information, and then also have an easy way to unmute streams finally from the homepage. So there's an unmute button there as well. So kind of keeping that hero space a little bit more engaging, a little bit like more geared towards discoverability, was my perspective on the change. But Joanne, feel free to hop in and address the other aspects too.
My favorite thing about the change that you guys can see, there's more coming that you guys haven't seen yet. My favorite thing is that now when the stream is featured in a carousel, it's not just the stream, it's the entire community. So chat represents a community, right? So if you're talking in chat and that stream is featured, the stuff that you say is on the homepage. So
I love that. You know, I never thought about that in that way. That's super cool. It's like now that the community itself through the chat experience is also notable and front page worthy. That's pretty dope. I like that a lot. Chat, what do you think? Yeah. You can chat whatever you want right now and be on the homepage. Hey, I love it. Now, since everybody's here for the town hall, those who came, you know, maybe they get a little bit of inside scoop. But what are we talking about? What can we expect to maybe see in the near future? You don't have to spill all the beans, but maybe like a little taste, you know, a little hors d'oeuvre, if you will.
On the homepage itself?
Yeah. What are we thinking?
Yeah, so there is going to be a new area below, like directly below kind of that like hero stream carousel for featured realms. So these are realms that have a lot of activity in them, a lot of live streams, kind of ongoing. We wanted to showcase that realm, those creators in there, the community behind the creators. And so there'll be this really cool looking section for the featured realm. It's not just one of like a few featured realms down on the page, but it's like a really solid call out just for that one community to kind of get a chance to shine and invite new people in.
I love it.
So that'll be really cool.
Let's see here. I see we got, hey, Sharks over in the chat. Big Funny Giant. Hey, what's going on? I love seeing it. Yeah, this is going to be cool. And for folks who haven't seen it, I've seen the mock-ups that Shark did because he's responsible for all the graphic design. It looks beautiful, really cool, this featured realm section, which, again, is really neat to see the first iteration of that coming out and then how it kind of goes from there because we have so much going on, right? It's like featured streams. Then we also have like realms we want people to discover, showcasing chat. So it's really cool to just see Moonbeam becoming its own distinct feel of a platform, right? Because I think we've always talked about like Moonbeam is its own kind of unique, distinct platform type. And I love seeing it just evolve. And now it's becoming more and more apparent. Like when you come to Moonbeam, it's not like if you went no problem with the other platforms, but it's not like Twitch or Kick that kind of look very similar, or the other platforms out there. This is distinctly its own thing, and I think that's really cool to see. Let's see what else we got. Well, we got some stuff with Stream Chat even, and folks are seeing today. Do you want to go into those little details real quick too? And then I'll move on. Then I'll move on to the questions in chat. So I promise those are next, everybody. I'm coming to those.
Yeah, and I'm fully gonna let Joanne take this one because I think Joanne has been so excited to ship this feature, and we were too. So,
one small, not very much known fact about me is that I used to work for Twitch, and one of the biggest features I shipped while at Twitch was replies in chat. So I've been wanting to have replies in chat for stream for a long time now, and I was super excited that we actually were able to launch that. So yeah, as you guys can see, you can actually respond. You can reply to one another in stream chat now.
Yeah, I love it. It makes it so much easier. I mean, I'm doing it in chat to everybody here, and it's just I don't know. It makes the conversation flow better and everything like that. So I'm a huge fan.
Yeah, 100%. I really like it. It feels so natural and nice as opposed to like adding people. Because who you can add in a live stream channel is also quite a difficult problem, right? Like you should be able to only like add people who are online. Else they may not get the message, and how far back can you get? It's a whole thing. So having like these replies is a huge win. Yeah.
So okay, let's go. We had one comment from Wolfethist. That name, Wolf, it's very, you got me. It's like a fantasy name that I cannot pronounce. I know it's amethyst. My brain, there's a like a tripwire that goes off with that. But anyway, cough, voice channels, cough, was the comment. Do we want to talk about that? I'm gonna preface some things, okay? Because there is a song and dance that occurs with this topic. It's a very interesting topic. So I'm gonna be just very candid about this. I'm a huge proponent of voice channels. Now, I'm saying this as the non-engineer person, so it's easy for me to say. I love voice channels. Let's make it happen. And there is also like a technical aspect, and then the rollout and everything. So it's a very complex thing to do. I have seen something that was very cool to see. But Pat and Joanne, what do we want to talk about with voice channels? What does that feature look like?
I love the way you phrase that. The whole like narrative backdrop of that is iconic.
Remember that wizard game I was talking about? That was Pat and me talking about voice chat like a couple days ago. Yeah,
that's amazing. Fair play. Yeah, no, it is. So it's definitely something we want to ship. And as Anthony kind of hinted at, we have a version of it working internally. So we've actually been playing around with it. It's really smooth. It's so nice. Michael has been like hammering away at that and doing a phenomenal job. We want to make sure that we're taking into account like all of the use cases that people have with voice chat. And something we've learned in our research is just like how widely it is used and in so many different ways. So we want to make sure that like we're not just shipping V1 of like, oh, you can talk to people on voice. We want to make sure that like the primary use cases of how you moderate that, how you let people chat, what happens if there's a bad actor, that all those kind of like classic kind of the things that we've built the platform on are also built into that experience. But going back to the first point, way back when, also moving fast. So it's a high wire act here. But yeah, we do have something in the works, and it looks very sick. It is so cool, and shockingly smooth. Like literally, I've worked on streaming platforms, but also like streaming voice in real time, like with like WebRTC or like a WebSockets, and just fully like encoding the binary and sending it off. All sorts of like that spectrum of voice quality. And it was so good. It was like so good. So we're really excited to get that out. But also want to make sure that we're being very thoughtful about how we roll it out, and like the safety mechanisms there.
Mm-hmm. Joanne, you want to add anything on that? And then I have a comment to give on that topic.
Yeah, no, I think Pat covered it very well. The biggest thing I wouldn't say worried about it, I want to make sure that we give a lot of thought on is to make sure that it is a safe space still. Mechanisms in place for people to report bad actors, or even like people using voice chat as a way to organize bad things IRL, right? I want to make sure that we have all these mechanisms in place to make sure that Moonbeam remains a safe space for our communities before we roll it out more widely.
Yeah, I think what folks can expect for a rollout is there are a few realms, one of them being our partner realm, who may test it, or also our backer kit folks who got the experimental features. Those are the candidates we're looking at to roll that feature set out to kind of test the waters, if you will. And again, that period could be very fast. It could be a little bit. We don't know because we got to like make sure things work as intended, and then it'll be rolled out more widely to everyone else beyond that. I love it because like when I play games with my friends, right? I'm hanging out on Discord, I'm in voice chat, and we're playing a game. And I want Moonbeam to be that place where like I can play games and hang out with my friends on Moonbeam. I could stream on Moonbeam if I want. I could just hang out in Moonbeam in the voice chats if I want. Like, and I love that it's like happening at a very rapid pace by a very small team. It's crazy to me that this is all being built by us, but it's super awesome and exciting. You know,
That is crazy.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It is
and
wild.
this will segue into our partnership we have coming up. So we've partnered and we'll be working with 2 a.m. Esports. It's a really big, growing esports team. They actually have professional esports players in Fortnite, League of Legends. They're a young group, so they're in their teens or early 20s. So we might see a little demographic shift here on Moonbeam, and we hope everybody welcomes everybody else in open arms. So I'm sure that'll go smoothly. But it's really exciting to see like this group of professional esports players that saw Moonbeam and were like kind of blown away by what we're building here, and saw how Moonbeam is a platform really built around communities. And it like light bulb moment went off that esports is a great candidate to showcase the realm aspect, because professional esports teams have like the owners and the managers, right? Like the people that manage operations. And then you have the players, and the players are all their own different streamers. And right now you have this organization like 2 a.m. Esports that's trying to do games. They have all their players with their own different Twitch channels or TikTok accounts and everything. And they're disparate. And then they have a big Discord where they keep everybody. And so I think Moonbeam and that kind of organizational structure made a lot of sense of like, hey, 2 a.m. Esports will have their own realm. Future esports teams can have their own realm. All their players are still streaming wherever they want, right? Because we support multi-streaming. But now they're also all live streaming in the same realm. And that whole community that loves that team is like in the realm, chatting, jumping around to different, live streams and whatnot. So I'm really excited to see like the use case of something we didn't think about initially, something that a group, has a need for, and is like a growing kind of very active community, and will broaden the range of what Moonbeam supports. We want it to continue to grow and grow and grow and support all different types of content. And also, they're going to be hosting weekly tournaments too. So there will be big, cool prizes in their weekly tournaments, and they're going to be doing that for the next 8 weeks. So if you're a Fortnite player or a League of Legends player, watch out. You can compete in those. The first one, I believe, is kicking off tomorrow, and you'll start to see them here on Moonbeam tomorrow in their realm, and that kind of like popping up and percolating. But curious what your thoughts are, everyone in chat. And then Pat and Joanne, curious what your thoughts are on this as we look forward to kind of test out the waters there.
Yeah, no, my thoughts are that we need to get in touch with Restream so that we can add confetti effects on demand, because I wanted to do like the confetti emoji a billion times during everything you said. It is super exciting. I am really, really, really pumped. First, to see some Fortnite streams, and under the good excuse of it being my job. That is very, very nice. So I'm going to be able to watch some Fortnite and call it my work, which is sick. but no, I think it's just really, really cool to see how much overlap there is between like what they're trying to do and doing such a good job at doing and what we've built, and how much easier this platform could make a lot of their kind of like day-to-day things, and still build to that like very engaged, exciting community. Their community is amazing. I've been on their Discord, and it's very, very active, super, super engaged. So I'm just really excited to see them on Moonbeam. Yeah, it's gonna be amazing.
Joanne, thoughts?
You guys pretty much covered all of it. I think what I'm excited about is two things. One, being able to support way more diverse types of communities on our platform. And two, League of Legends. Like, I want to watch League of Legends.
Yes.
go.
Awesome. I love it. Yeah, you know, it's one of the things in talking with them, because this has been several weeks in the works now, and they made a few comments to me that were just kind of like really good to hear, of like, wow, we hit the nail on the head. One of them was they have this really big growing Discord community, and there's no way for it to be like, no one can monetize their creations there. They have artists, they can't do anything on Discord, and it's just like, I got this big community, what do I do with it? And it's like a nothing burger, and they have to like do all this weird stuff off platform. And I think that was like the vision of like, man, Moonbeam, like that was exactly what we made it for. So like realm owners can organize, content creators of all types can make money. And when I say that, I mean like they have graphic designers who could make flares for their realm, going back to the realm specific flares and stuff, that artist can then earn from if people buy the flares, for example, through Moonstones. And it's just like really cool to see that synergy. And I'm excited. And as we all grow, like the benefit here is for the whole entire Moonbeam community, like all these features will be fleshed out and everybody gets access to them, voice chat, flares, and things like that. And then also it helps us to validate our whole model of why we are a different platform, a social media platform, than everyone else. And I think it's going to really make us shine when we go to get more resources to continue to scale up and grow and grow and grow. And that's really what it's about. It's like just showing people want to use Moonbeam, and then convincing people like, look, we're not crazy. People really want this. And then we can continue to get more resources and we grow even faster than what we're doing now. So it's exciting, you know?
Yeah, no, 100%, 100%. There's a lot of opportunity, a lot of exciting times with it. It's gonna be magical. I'm excited.
Yeah. So we have, let's talk about some things on that. Let's kind of like go a little bit of a high overview recap here. And if, again, folks in chat got any questions, please drop them now. There is one question I'll be very candid with that I know continues to pop up in our realm, and we talk about it in the team. And I'm just articulating it here so it's out in the open, and we can maybe figure out a quick fix. But that's the international payments. Some folks have Moonstones they've earned, but they're overseas. And I think the way I'm leaning, and again, this is just my opinion, is we may just have to reach out to you in the meantime. And if we have to shoot something over through PayPal to do that, I think that's more realistic than Stripe right now, simply because we're limited on bandwidth and time. And it does take a little bit more time for us to get Stripe to move to allow that kind of stuff in the moment. Pat and Joanne, I don't know where you stand on that. I just wanted to address it because I've seen it pop up a few times, and I wanted everybody to know, like, I am personally very invested in making sure folks feel like even in the short term, we're looking at ways to make that happen.
Yeah, definitely. No, and truly, yeah, we want to, like, we're trying to build a platform where everybody gets paid and very fairly and super transparently. You can build teams and make it like very just obvious, you know, like what money is being made and when it's coming to you, and how it's made and all that. So yeah, we're definitely still prioritizing international payments. We hit a number of snags with it, but there are some things we're looking into in the short term to kind of like smooth that over. And one of the routes forward is, especially for people who currently have a payout balance, we may reach out to you just like personally and try to set up your account. It might be a bit manual, and that's been one of the snags is with anything like that. If we've worked with Stripe, we've had our experiences with Stripe. when things don't go to plan with Stripe, it is a horrifying procedure that is not great, and it's super tedious and it's really annoying, and there's like no transparency at all. And so we've been trying to like kind of do everything we can to like get it set up well, and we don't want to like kind of take any like shortcuts or make it manual to a point where like something couldn't be undone if like you need to update your account or your bank account information with them. But yeah, it's still top of mind for sure.
Yeah. If I may add just some background information here, I have like PTSD with Stripe because when we did our backer kit, which was a year ago now, happy anniversary.
That's crazy.
I know. It just like
What?
it just clicked. It just clicked. Yes, happy anniversary. A year ago, we were
happy backer kit anniversary.
we were in the middle of our backer kit. Yeah,
backerversary.
Stripe during that process, like they don't have like real people that like do customer support. It was like automated, really horrible. I don't know, AI maybe that hated me or something. And
it really did not like you.
It thought I was like it like thought I was some fraudulent thing and like blocked us.
Great.
And I was like, whoa, this is backer kit like stuff. What's going on? And backer kit had to get involved. Lovely people, they helped us.
Yeah.
And finally everything resolved. But I'm just very like, oh man, Stripe has some horror stories associated with it. You just get very finicky sometimes. So we're cool with Stripe now. Stripe, we love you, bro. No harm, no foul. but still.
Yeah,
I got my eye on you.
Well, they have. I've heard like there's these like feedback loops you can get caught in if you're an account, and it's like impossible to get out of those feedback loops. And we got in one of them. It was a nightmare. And yeah, the folks over at BackerKit were incredible, truly amazing. I think they have. I don't want to like plug wrong information, but I think they're doing a investment crowdfunding thing right now. And yeah, so if anybody in chat, if you have not looked into that, they are seriously amazing. Their product is great. We really enjoyed working with them. So
yeah, they were great. I think we got a comment from Anomaly, our question. Silent Brad, we our brains must be synced because international payments was on my mind, I guess, right before you hit send. And then we got, let's see, what other thoughts or comments? I like Rock Epidemic. You're talking about Splatoon community, how we'll see how things work with esports and if this may transition over to Splatoon. My kids love Splatoon. It's a fun game. It's like a first-person shooter, but with paint guns. It's really fun.
Oh wait, what? I want to play this. I haven't played that. Splatoon.
Yeah. It's a good thing. And then Anomaly. Okay, this is a good question. Okay, where are we at with the Play Store removal? Why did it take us down? So I'll say this: we are trying to get our Android app hosted on Moonbeam itself. There is an unfortunate circumstance that it's happening. Nothing bad per se, but it's a legal thing, and I can't talk about it here openly. But until that's resolved, but it's not a bad thing. It's just more of a silly nuisance thing. And in the meantime, we have to host probably the Android version on Moonbeam. That's where that's at. It's unfortunate. It kind of sucks. It'll be resolved. It's just in the short term, Google is very like anytime something like that happens, a lot of people on YouTube can relate because they're owned by the same company. If someone puts a takedown notice on a video, rightfully or not, that can cause a lot of issues, and the video can be Google's like, I'm just taking it down. I don't want any part of this until legal stuff happens. Now, what that means is we have to do that. It's just annoying that we have to do that, and it takes time. So I hope that kind of clarifies it as best I can. The good news is you will have access to it. It'll probably just be hosted on Moonbeam itself. I think that's pretty much where that's at in the meantime.
I think it's a great opportunity to continue working on the mobile web browser version of Moonbeam.
Yeah, an Anomaly. Michael is going to work with Pat to your question about kind of update it through the website. Yeah, short version, yes. When that's going to happen, hopefully sooner rather than later. But the idea is it'll be hosted on Moonbeam. You can get the updated version there. You'll still have access to it. It'll still be developed. None of that's stopping. It's just more annoying. Our Apple iOS stuff is still good to go. It's just this one. I see some other questions here. Medalist Games over on Twitch. Are there plans for SSO with Moonbeam in the near future? And integration with API or something for Moonbeam stats? I'm going to put the question up here. Also, can we get the chat overlay for Moonbeam to allow font color changes? Currently, the font on OBS. This look. You did like a 3-for-1 special, Medalist Games. So thank you. This is good. Let's take them one at a time. I'm going to be a complete. I'm drawing a blank here. SSO.
Yeah, totally. I got it.
Okay.
Yes, I would love that actually, especially for some of the Discord work we've been doing recently. SSO just allows you to sign on to other sites as your other accounts, and so like you can log into what's the wildest one I've seen. I saw one site where you could like authenticate with your GitHub. And it wasn't even like a coding website. It was just like you could.
I've seen that before too. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, why can't you do that one? I don't get that. It makes a lot of sense if it's like, oh, hey, sign into Discord with your Twitch account, or sign into your Twitch with your Discord account. And one thing we'd really, really love to do is just make it easier on people to manage their presences on these different platforms, or their presence. Singular, I'm not too sure. And SSO can really help with that and can kind of mitigate a lot of that stuff. It's also way easier to sign up when it's just a button click, right? Like that's a huge benefit. So we definitely want to. We're gonna start kind of scoping that out. Not immediately. It won't be like soon. But especially with some of the work we've done with a Discord integration. Which will maybe be coming soon, then we'll look into it. Yeah.
And we have
So many spoilers.
That was the API, right?
Spoilers.
Was that the API we're talking about too, Pat?
No, we don't have. We actually don't have immediate plans with an API for Moonbeam stats. But put some thoughts in the chat and let's scope something out. That sounds super cool.
And then we have also the last but not least is chat overlay for Moonbeam allowing font color changes. Interesting.
That'd be sick.
Yeah, I know a few people have asked about the font color, but also I guess the background color. We've taken note, and that is stuff we're looking at.
That could be kind of super fun to do, and definitely doable for sure. The way we implemented that was like with that kind of in mind. So I don't know if you can go like full MySpace profile with it, but at least some customization for the color themes. Yeah.
Love it. Well, we're wrapping up here. We're in our final stretch. So I want to just first of all say thank you to everybody who's ride or die Moonbeam, who's hanging out with us right now. Thanks so much. Again, we do these because I really enjoy talking to everybody and being in touch with our community and seeing the same names over and over again. I feel like, it's really neat that you're supporting us. We're building this for you. This story, you can see the change logs. I mean, they speak for themselves, and that's why we do the change logs. Not for us, believe it or not. It's more a forcing function to show all the work that the engineers and everybody on the team is doing and should get credit for, right? It's a lot of work. There's a lot of cool stuff ahead. And so just thanks for hanging out, and the ride is going to get very fast here, and we're going to see a lot of cool changes I think coming soon that are exciting. Pat and Joanne, any kind of thoughts or comments as I'm looking at chat? I'll take a monitor here real quick for any last things before we kind of close things out. But yeah,
Joanne,
I love these town halls. I love hanging out with you guys, and I love talking about these things. So shout out to everyone for joining, and also to Pathany for organizing this.
Pathany. I love it.
It's incredible.
That's we're like symbiotic now, Pat. We're becoming one. Yeah. I love it.
That's amazing. But yeah, no, +1 to all that. I think it's so good to chat and touch base and do quick azimuth checks on where we're at, where we're headed, and what's kind of in the future, and get the feedback too. Yeah, we're trying to move as fast as we can. I mean, I hope that the change logs do inspire some like, whoa, they at least feel like that from our side. So if that's completely not the reaction, let us know as well, because we're doing something very wrong. But yeah, lots of stuff coming. Lots of stuff we're super excited about. So thank you all for being here and being on this crazy ride with us. Yeah.
So we got one last call from Silent Brad here. Some questions I think that I may have missed, and that were, how are we going with noting what is being streamed, since people can title their stream anything. So I guess in the homepage, I'm assuming that's what it is about. Like, are we going to look to maybe add titles and descriptions there in the future? I think that's like something we'd look at, right, Pat, Joanne? Yep, 100%. And then also stream tags. If I want to find other Canadian streamers, I don't think I can. I think this is, I don't know what the answer is here, but I think that's something we've definitely talked about and like have tried to figure out. I mean, there's different thoughts on this. It's like, do we just make it like a hashtag system, like the old Twitter, of anybody just puts a hashtag on whatever and kind of self-tag? I don't know what the answer is there. Curious if you have thoughts, Pat or Joanne, on that.
Yeah, I think that's yeah, it's a really good question. I think, did we try something? I'm trying to think if we experimented with this locally. I know whatever it was, we did not push it to production.
Yeah.
But I'm drawing a blank on whether or not we tried something out internally to see how it worked.
Yeah.
I don't think we did. Maybe, no, we did. No, we did not.
Mm-mm.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, I don't think we did.
And I think the reason, this is a good thing about a town hall, it's just speaking very kind of honestly. I think it is the thought of, that's important. But right now we might be too small in terms of like, I mean, the front page is there and you can see everybody there. Tags requires a lot of engineering work. And so it goes back to like Pat and the engineering team weighing priorities of like, hey, there's only, 10 streams on the front page anyway. So like, do we need the complex tagging system right now to facilitate discoverability? Not to say it's not important, because it is. Because as we get big, and it goes back to like, things will happen. We get 20 streams on the front page, 30, 40, 50, boom. Now it's like very important. Like, okay, we need some way to do this, That kind of makes sense?
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
totally.
Yeah,
I mean, discoverability. Oh, go on, Joanne.
Oh no, just say I agree with that. Yeah.
Discoverability is a really, really hard problem. Fortunately, I mean, I will say right now, Moonbeam is probably the easiest streaming platform out there to get discovered on. Because if you're streaming, there's a solid chance you're going to get on the front page.
Hey, there we go.
So I don't think it's a problem that we like see too regularly now. But to maybe like a question behind that question about like adding more ways to represent who you are as a creator on the platform. I mean, that's always a priority for us. And so whether that's like tags in your profile or giving you more area to kind of express who you are and like what content you stream. And I think that the example was Canadian streamers. So maybe where you're from, or what part of the world you live in. Like all of that is very fair game, and we want to make it so you can really make Moonbeam yours. So I'm super interested in that.
Kind of adding to Pat's statement about discoverability stuff being difficult. It's not only just being able to search, but we want to also make sure that the tags that you provide with your streams and your content is being used in a meaningful way. So you kind of know why you're spending time providing those tags, right? So think of like an example of signing up to social media sites like TikTok, right? Or Instagram, where you, even like Spotify, when you sign up, you provide somewhat of like an interest graph. They ask you to choose 3 genres that you like or 3 artists that you like. And then they recommend content to you based on that. That's something that we are thinking of doing when we get much larger. And when we do things like that, then providing tags would add a lot more meaning to it, instead of just tagging, hoping that someone will search for the specific like tag that you provide.
And I think there's so much opportunity there to like really change things. Like I would love a system that it updates the tags for you. You know, like you can set your own tags, but then it's listening to your stream and it's hanging out in your chat. It's kind of understanding what you and your community are talking about, or what game you're playing, and if it's really intense, and can like help manage that and updating it throughout the stream. So that way people who are tuning in or looking for things can more quickly find content that they're going to love to support and tip and subscribe to and follow. But all that, being honest, I think all that does come later when we have more creators, like more content, and also more resources.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, everybody, this is it. We'll see you all in August. It'll be a good time. So I hope we'll have esports then, more front page stuff. Maybe not voice chat. We'll see for some of you all with the experimental realm stuff.
More flares.
There we go. More flares. Hell yeah.
Yes.
It'll be a good time ahead. So from the Moonbeam team, thank you everybody for hanging out. I have to not cut the stream like I always do, so I'll go to the counter for a little bit until we do it. See, no skills. I'm learning from you, man. I'm learning from you. And there we go. All right, everybody. Take care.
See everybody. Thank you so much.
Thank you.